Hello and welcome to another update on the Sherwood real estate market. I'm Steve Thoele. I'm a principal broker with Premier Property Group. And this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, January 14th. So I'm going to share the screen here with you and let's go through the info here together. So first off, we'll look at active listing counts. You can kind of see the last 2 weeks of the year has been pretty active in Sherwood, at least compared to where we were last month and a half last year. We had 15 properties come on the market this last week, and that's up from 12 the week prior. So a pretty strong start to the new year in terms of new listings in Sherwood. Total listings, you can kind of see that had been on the decline, from 8 weeks back where we had 82 homes on the market, got down to a low of 61 right at year end, and then we've got up to 75 is kind of where we're at as of this last Sunday. The median list price and days on market for those active listings, you can kind of see the price has kind of come down on in general. We hit a high of just under 750,000, 749 about 6 weeks back. Got down to a low of just under 700,000 here 2 weeks ago. This last week did come up a bit to 710,000 is the median price of these most recent 75 homes on the market right now in Sherwood. And then days on market, you can kind of see that is in general kind of been on the rise, had a low of 61 to begin with, got up to a high of 85. Then it did kind of decrease over these past couple weeks again because of the newer listings that we've been bringing on. So brought that down to 66 2 weeks ago and 72 as of this last week. Okay, moving along to pending sales. So this last week, I show we had 12 pendings in Sherwood, which certainly is a high for the past 8 weeks, as you can kind of see. So good little bump of activity last week in terms of homes getting into contract. Pending total pending, you guys see we peaked out at 46 pendings here 6 weeks back, and then it declined for the next 4 weeks, got down to a low of 30 a couple weeks back, and then this last week, because of these newer pendings, popped back up to 37 homes right now is pending in Sherwood. The median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see where that's tracked. It hadn't moved a whole lot, relatively speaking, for the most of the time period, but it did take a pretty noticeable drop here this last week, from 715 down to 650,000 is the most recent median price of these 37 homes that are currently pending right now. The days on market, that had moved up higher. You can kind of see we had a low of 33 days 7 weeks back, got up to a high of 74 days on a couple weeks here, and then it did fall back to 44 days with the most recent reading here on these 37 homes. So that is pendings. And then on sold listings, as of the time I put this together, showed we had 3 properties crossover from pending to sold this last week. And then that's down 1 from the week prior. So it's been a pretty slow start to the beginning of the year of sold. So I would expect to see kind of increase in that here as we move forward, but that's kind of where we're at as of right now. And then when I look up over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week-by-week basis, that's the red bars. You can kind of see that had been building up. So we had a low of 18 homes had sold, over the prior 4 weeks here to begin with. That got up to 30 right at year end, and then has fallen back to 25 over the prior 4 week period is the most recent reading on that. And then the median sold price days on market, that had been on the rise for kind of both measures, got down to a low of 560 5 weeks back, and then it's been climbing from there. This last week hit 700,000 was the median sold price of the most recent 25 sales. And then likewise, the days on market, that has been rising. You had a low of 30 days, and that's got up to a high of 47 days, just dropped back a bit this last week to 44. And then the last piece of data we'll look at is the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. Red bars is that weeks of inventory, kind of a good measurement of relative supply and demand. And you can see we had a high of 18 weeks of inventory here 8 weeks back, and that had fell quite substantially down to just 8 weeks of inventory as of the end of the year. And that has kind of been on the rise here again last couple of weeks because of just the lower number of closings, as I pointed out above. So we finished this last week with kind of 12 weeks of inventory. So we're kind of sitting at, roughly about 3 months of inventory right now in Sherwood based upon, current levels of supply and demand. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price, kind of good measurement of pricing power. You can kind of see we started off about 96%. Got up a little bit to about just under 97%. It has been on the decline for the past 3 weeks now. Most recent reading was kind of came in at a low of about 94.7. So, about what is that, do the math, 5.5% discount or so off of the original list price. Is kind of where sellers are at right now. So, all in all, a bit of a slower start to the year, kind of causing inventory levels to rise here a bit and pricing to erode a bit. But we'll see how the weeks play out as we kind of move forward out of the doldrums of winter here. So, and then I introduced this last week. This is kind of a look at interest rates on a broad basis. This is a screenshot again from the Mortgage News Daily. It's a kind of a website that tracks mortgage rates on a day-by-day basis. And through last Friday, we were still sitting at about 6.65 or so on a 30-year fixed rate loan. It's been kind of moving kind of for the most part kind of sideways over the past couple of weeks since the last video. Rates are up today based upon I think market concerns about the Fed direction on how much and how quickly they're going to be reducing interest rates. So I think we're going to be a little volatile on rates until some of that becomes a little more clear in the weeks and months ahead, likely. So anyway, that is the latest update, and as always, hope it was helpful. If I can answer questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My phone number and email are always down below these videos. So give me a call or send me an email or text. I'd be happy to see what I can do to help. And as always, really appreciate any likes, comments, shares of these videos. It helps me to see if they're hopefully finding some value out there in the marketplace. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button to the channel yet, please do that. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market. So hope you have a great day and week ahead. Stay safe out there. Looks like we've got one more day of kind of our little winter blast, Arctic blast to get through here. So hope you and your family have been safe. And if you don't have power, hope you get power on again really soon. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.